Hello everyone, it's Tuesday, October 8th. This is Lee McMahon with your daily video. Thank you very much for watching. We had a very interesting day today, specifically in equity markets, again specifically the United States equity markets. Currencies were a little bit more active today than they had been in the past few days, but still not a ton of resolution on most currency pairs. So we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at equities and how that's going to play out going forward. And talk about some of the things that we may be seeing tomorrow. Please take a moment to look over the risk disclaimer, which should now be on your screen, and we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to start with the daily chart of E-mini futures. All right, ESF, very important, most important chart to come out of today since November 16th of last year. This trend line has been tested once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and now here on the 5th test, we finally punched through. All right, we are at the 2 levels that I mentioned. I've been talking about this rising trend line, this 50-day. We finally broke the 50-day, used it today as resistance, pushed off of it lower. We're actually now in after hours starting to push below this 100 EMA. All right, if it looks like we're going to close below there, we could see additional weakness overnight. Still looking for a strong move down towards this 200-day EMA. Now that the major support levels have given way, this descending wedge is finally starting to give up. All right, that's at about 1,600, about 48 points. We could easily see that by Friday. If we get no resolution by on the U.S. debt crisis, budget showdown, whatever you want to call it, very easily could see 1,600 by the end of the week. So keep your eye out for that. It would be a very steep sell-off, but certainly nothing that we hadn't seen before. So equities look pretty grim here. Let's go to some currency pairs. Aussie dollar, you can see today rejecting. All right, we have what looks like could be a potential false break here on Aussie. All right, we kind of broke above this level. Now we're going to put in a bearish candle here at the end of it. Most of these currency pairs, though, not a lot of convincing setups out there. Right, be very cautious with how you're trading currencies. Euro kind of just hovering here. Let's actually get everything down to the 4-hour chart. All right, Euro just hovering here. All right, in this ascending wedge type pattern. Kiwi, all right, remains stuck. Starting to break down a little bit off of this trend line, but really this trend line is insignificant to me. I'm really just watching these range levels. All right, we have the bottom of the range already established, and now we have this smaller range sort of to keep an eye on here as well. Clear setup for Kiwi dollar is 83.50. Above there looks very good for longs, but until then, kind of staying out of it. Dollar Swiss has a setup here as well. This is a inverse head and shoulders neckline, about 90.75. All right, we have kind of a complex left shoulder. Pretty clear head. Now we're forming a right shoulder, so keep your eye on that. Again, 90.75 is the neckline. It's a significant level in its own right. 1, 2, 3, 4 major touches on that horizontal level. So if we do manage to get above here, I'm looking for a move up to this 200 period EMA at about 91.65. That's a request for the yen pairs, so let's run through those. The yen pairs, God, were they obnoxious today. All right, breakout on dollar yen followed by a prompt reversal. We're still technically holding that breakout level, so you can play that how you want. There is a technical setup for longs here, but this pair has been very difficult to find a bid. I remain in the camp that we may see a move down to that 200-day EMA at about 95.50 before we get any sort of significant rally to the upside. Let's do Kiwi yen. Another really obnoxious trading day for Kiwi yen. Another decisive false break. All right. Very clear breakout here of this ascending wedge, followed by a prompt, strong bearish candle lower. The 50 and 100 period EMA is held. All right, the 50 has held here and here as well, so that's starting to become very technically significant. We're not testing the 200-day, but the real resistance level real support level is going to be the bottom of this wedge. I still do anticipate seeing a breakout on Kiwi yen. All right, but we're running out of time for it to happen. Aussie yen. Another one where we broke out and then again reversed pretty hard. Aussie yen is a little bit. You can watch this trend line here, but in general, all of these yen pairs, they've been very tricky to trade. I would not get really aggressive with them in any way. You can watch 91 on Aussie yen for very nice support. Again, I still do expect it to break higher, but it's having a hard time doing so. CAD yen retesting, but again, it's very weak. Dollar CAD got beat up today. All right, dollar CAD higher by, I don't know, something like 60, 65 pips today. Pretty strong move. Push higher above that 200 period EMA. Again, this is the 4-hour chart. All right. The major selling area for dollar CAD for me is going to be a retest of the backside of this trend line. All right, it's going to come in at about 104.25 or so. That would be a very nice setup. We may also have some fib levels there to add some conviction. Yeah, it's basically the 6.8% fib as well. All right, so that's definitely a level that you want to highlight on your charts for dollar CAD. Let's take a look at some of the Nordics. Dollar Swedish krona still stuck in its range. Dollar Norwegian still stuck at the very bottom of its range. Pound dollar, we had an intraday rejection here on pound dollar. All right, very strong 4-hour rejection here. Basically, the 50 period EMA on the 4-hour chart held on a 4-hour closing basis. Again, this still looks like a head and shoulders to me. I do anticipate a breakdown towards 158 sometime in the near future. Euro Aussie found a bid today. Pound Aussie found a bid today. Sorry, Euro CAD. Euro CAD testing this sort of trend line resistance. All right, not super keen on that, but it is, you can draw it like that. Above 141, and we could head up for a new high towards 142. But I do think that Euro CAD is a little bit extended here. Last but not least, all right, Aussie Swiss. Aussie Swiss seems to be trying to find a bit of a bid here, but we do have a retest. All right, we came back here. We're trying to push higher from there. Aussie Swiss is in an interesting position where both dollar Swiss and Aussie dollar look bearish, so it's going to be a relative strength battle. I'm going to try to stay away from most of these pairs. I feel like they've been extraordinarily choppy lately. They may continue to be choppy for the near future. The only pairs that have good movement really have been the yen pairs, but they've been very choppy movement. They've just been doing more of it than the other pairs. So it's been pretty tough trading conditions. I would keep a lot of your money on the sidelines here for a little bit. The only really convincing technical setup is equities to the short side for at least another 45, 50 pip drop over the next few days. And then it's, again, news reliant. It doesn't look like we're going to come to a deal anytime soon, but you never know. So that's what I see out there in general. It's tough trading conditions, so just be patient, pick your entries very precisely, and don't be afraid to take profits. All right, good luck trading. I look forward to talking to you soon.